In this AstroPictionary concept video, we want to go over fusion chains on the main sequence. So here we're looking at an HR diagram, and we have stars that are placed on the diagram based on their temperature and their luminosity. Temperature is along the horizontal axis, with temperature increasing to the left, so hot stars are on the left-hand side. Luminosity increases vertically, so the brighter stars are at the top. Notice that the different stars have different sizes and they have different colors. The surface colors are based on their surface temperatures. We have also divided the main sequence up into segments based on mass. The main sequence runs from upper left to bottom right, and we divided the categories based on mass into the very, very low mass at the bottom right end, into the very high mass at the upper end. But there is one more category, which is at the very, very top, and it runs off the page, and it's the very, very high mass category. It just didn't fit on this version of the HR diagram. So we'll just extend it outwards to the upper left and add that last category. So the categories based on mass from the bottom right to the upper left on the HR diagram are VVLM, for very, very low mass, VLM for very low mass, LM for low mass, IM for intermediate mass, HM for high mass, and VHM for very high mass, to the very, very high mass VVHM at the most upper left corner. We want to find out where we have our distinct fusion chains. Anything that's going to be a lower mass star and lower on the main sequence is going to use the PP fusion chain. So I will label it PP. Now low mass stars, in addition to using the PP, will also use the triple alpha process. So I'll just put 3 alphas here for triple alpha. Anything above low mass stars is going to use the CNO process. This is the fusion chains that are occurring inside the cores of stars on the main sequence. Stars on the main sequence are adult stars. They're happily fusing hydrogen into helium while they're on the main sequence, except for the very, very bottom right-hand corner, the very, very low mass stars, which are your brown dwarfs. These start out fusing hydrogen into deuterium, so they're under that stellar evolution on the main sequence, but they die off rather quickly, running out of fuel in their cores. So they don't fuse as long as the other stars on the main sequence. But in general, the very, very low mass, and low mass use the PP fusion chain. The low mass stars also use the triple alpha process. The CNO fusion process is used by stars in the intermediate mass, very high mass, and very, very high mass categories on the main sequence. These are your 3 fusion chains.